Hey YouTube. So today's December 25th, 2020, Christmas Day. Um, I wanted to make this video because this video is something that's pretty important to me. It's something that I'm going to warn you is very emotional for me, but I wanted to make this video. Growing up, um, I always spent Christmas Eve with my grandparents. Um, my dad died when I was about 6 months old. My biological father did. The man that raised me, I call him dad because he's been in my life for pretty much my entire life. Um, my dad was killed in a murder suicide when I was about 6 months old. And every year after that, I got to spend Christmas with my grandparents, which are my dad's parents, my biological dad's parents. And several years ago, my grandparents decided to quit smoking. It was one of the best gifts that they could ever give us as grandkids. At the time, it was just me and my other cousin. There was only two of us at the time. Uh, Now there's four of us total that are biological grandchildren. Um, and then several years ago, um, my grandfather started having some health problems with his breathing. He was later diagnosed with COPD, which is a lung disease, and he has been suffering for that with that for some time now. Um, Last year, he was diagnosed with stage 4 COPD, and I didn't know that at the time, but he wanted to have his son and all of the grandkids together for Christmas last year. And so I went to see him. We had a great Christmas, and while we were there, he began to cry. And so, we asked him what was wrong. And he told everybody, I don't know if I'm going to be here next Christmas. I found out that I have stage 4 lung disease now, and it's the final stages of it. And so he was really upset because he felt like he wasn't going to be there this Christmas. He thought last Christmas was going to be his last Christmas. And I remember I said to him, "Oh, you'll be around, don't worry. We probably got a couple more Christmases with you at least. Don't worry about it. Don't cry." And, none of us wanted to talk about it because it was emotional and it was sad and upsetting, and we didn't want to think about it. So um, my grandpa said, "Okay, let's go on to a different topic." And so we went about our day, and then I got up when everybody else was leaving, and I left as well. I told him I loved him, told my grandma I loved her. We gave each other hugs, and I went out the door and told him I'd talk to him later. And then COVID happened, and my life changed forever. He began to get sicker and sicker because he caught the COVID. And he ended up in the hospital. And while he was in the hospital, he developed pneumonia. And he finally got to a point in his time at the hospital where it became too much for him to handle. And so he told my cousin and my grandmother that um, he was tired of struggling to live, and he was tired of struggling to stay alive. And so he made the decision that when the nurses came in the room later that day, he was going to tell them that he wanted to stop treatment right then and there. And so that's what he did. They told us that it would probably be, well, as they took him off of all of the machines and everything, they gave him some sedation medicine to help him stay comfortable and rest. And they told my family that it would be anywhere from an hour or 10 minutes to about an hour. He ended up living for 3 more days. And He passed away as a result of complications of COVID-19 on March 25th, 2020, in the morning hours. The reason I'm making this video is because it's a year later, and it's the first Christmas that I'm celebrating without him. I have celebrated every Christmas of my entire life almost with my grandparents, whether it be just talking on the phone or going and actually visiting with them. I've done that every single year of my life. And this year I can't do that. I can't pick up the phone and talk to him. I can't visit with him. And it's bugging me really, really bad. I miss him. Just like so many other people are missing their loved ones that have passed from this horrible, horrible virus. You know, before he got sick and died from this, I used to tell everybody jokes about it. I used to go around making fun of people that, were getting COVID, and I thought, oh, it's no big deal, it's nothing. And then it happened to me. And you know that saying, it's funny till it happens to you? It really is true. I hate wearing a mask. I absolutely cannot stand wearing the damn things. But after losing my grandfather, I don't want anybody to experience that same pain, because it's difficult. I lost two amazing people this year. I lost a really, really good friend to Alzheimer's. Who became really like a grandfather figure to me. He treated me as if I was one of his grandkids. And he was a true friend. He never had anything bad to say to me. He never degraded me, said anything. He was literally just the most supportive person in the world. And he would tell you, as you were struggling with life, a story about how he got through his struggle. And then he died February 7th, so one day after my own father's 29th anniversary of his own death. And then my grandpa passed away the next month. And then June came. My mom had a major heart attack. And because my mom has major health problems already, they told her that she had to have quadruple bypass, and they didn't know if she was even going to live. And they actually told us to prepare for the worst, because they didn't know. They even told my mom, they said, say your goodbyes, because this could be it. You may not wake up. You may die. And so we had to say goodbye to each other. This whole year has sucked, but losing my grandfather has been the most difficult thing I've went through all year long. There hasn't been a day I haven't missed him. There hasn't been a day that I haven't thought about him. I'm making this video because I want people to understand that Christmas time is not about the gifts that you get, the gift cards that maybe you'll get, the money in the Christmas cards from loved ones. It's not about the food, or it's not about any of that. It's about Jesus Christ being born. It's about celebrating the life of Jesus. It's about celebrating family and friends. It's about loving on each other. It's about spending time with those that you care and love for. Of all the negative things that could happen this year, Christmas is something that needs to be special for all of us. We have got to get back to being positive. We can't do this negative stuff anymore. We need to figure out a way to work with each other and find problems to our, or find solutions to our problems. I mean, we've got to be a better society than we are today. And if there's anybody out there that's watching this video, I want you to understand that I'm living my best life right now. I'm doing what I can to be supportive of people that have lost loved ones because I have been there this year. The best way that I was able to remember my grandfather was with this tattoo right here. It's a little damaged because it's peeling and stuff still. But I got this as a tribute to him. We're from the Pacific Northwest and he liked to fish. And so I put the Pacific Northwest inside the fish of Mount Rainier and things like that as a tribute to the life that he loved and of the things that he loved to do. And this was one of them. Don't take life for granted. Don't take little things for granted. Let the little things in life that bug you, just sweep them under the rug and don't deal with them, because it's not worth the emotional wreck that you'll put yourself through. Focus on your family, on your closest friends. Pray for family and friends. Pray for your coworkers. Pray for your neighbors. Pray for people you don't even know that you just happen to walk by on the streets or in the mall or in the cafe or whatever. 2020 has sucked for all of us. But 2021 is coming. We're just a few days away. And right now we have a choice. And that choice is this. We can sit around and continue to be mopey and upset about how this whole year is gone. Or we can pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and say, you know what? I'm done being upset. I'm done bitching and moaning. I'm done crying about things that happened this year. I'm making 2020 my year, or 2021 my year. This is going to be a better year. I'm changing the outcome of how this year's going to go. And only you can do that. No one else can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So folks, you have a decision to make this coming up season. We can continue on the path that we're on right now with 2020, being sad, emotional, distraught, stressed out, worried. Or we could say, bring it on 2021, I'm ready for you. Let's do this. And take it by the bullhorns and just ride with it. That's my message that I want to say. I thank you guys for listening to it. I hope my story helps you reflect on what life really is about. It's not about the presence. It's not about the politics. It's not about the money. It's not about any of that. It's about loving one another. Because that's what Jesus Christ was brought into this world for, was to forgive us for our sins and to help us with life and to go on. We can do this. Not as just a country, but we can do this as a worldwide effort. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you, Grandpa. And I miss you. I hope this video makes you proud. In closing, I want anyone that's out there that's struggling and is depressed or anything, that maybe are feeling down because they don't think anybody loves them or cares about them, or maybe you're just having a tough holiday season without somebody that you love, or maybe you're away from family and friends. I want you to know I love you, I care about you, and I want what's best for you. And I know that Christmas time and this time of the year is hard for people that are suicidal. So I want to talk to you as well. Your life matters. You yourself are loved. Whether you think that you are or not, you really are. And if nobody has told you that they love you, guess what? I love you. I love you because you took the time to watch this video. I love you because your life matters to me. So before you make a horrible decision that is going to affect the people that care about you, know that you're loved and that there's help out there for you. I know this whole video has been kind of a roller coaster of a bunch of different things, but I felt like it needed to be said because it's Christmas time and we have to be there for one another right now. So that's why I did this. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you. Take care of yourselves. And Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, you have a good day.